Not that she was a special person or a gifted one, but on that day, the course of her life was about to change. After a hectic day in office, Sophia came back home. Eating her dinner, she opened a can of beer. Her dinner was over, but the rounds of beer were going on. She drank till she felt her house was spinning. Her body asked her to stop, but mind needed another round to spew out the frustration. Picking up another can of beer, she went to window. Breeze played with her open hair while she was sipping her drink. Looking at the silent city, her eyes met with another window of the next apartment. Two women were fighting in there. Sophia blinked and narrowed her eyes to focus. For an amusement, she took another sip. However, the next moment she spit it out. Woman in the next window pierced another woman with the knife in her hand. Sophia was shocked. She remained there like a statue with eyes wide open. But the scene didn't end here. The killer caught her looking at her. She looked at her for a few seconds and then she started doing something. Why is she wiggling her fingers? Sophia was confused. She closed the window immediately and went to bedroom. She fell asleep as soon as her cheek met the pillow. What a lousy dream! Sophia woke up, recalling a piece of dream. While having her morning coffee, she took a look at the window of that apartment. She noticed nothing apart from her morning silence. In office, it was just another day till her ears heard something cognizant of her foul dream. She heard about a murder near her apartment. On way back home from office, she saw police at the apartment where it happened. Sophia stopped and stood stiff. Her eyes were not blinking. She was breathing steadily, but to her surprise, her fingers were jingling with each other. She got back home and drank water like a fish. Leaning to the window of her house, her fingers slid the curtain carefully. She threw a wary glance over the other window. Police must have intervened there, she thought. Unlike morning earlier, she noticed nothing apart from a dead silence. Her following few days went normal, but her heart was skipping beats every now and then. And then one day, she sensed that somebody was following her. She could always feel that somebody was after her. Somebody was outside her office too while she was working. She knew it. It was another hectic day and Sophia had to leave office after the sunset. While she was walking back to home, she noticed she was being followed. She changed her regular path of way back home. However, the follower did the same. She entered in a narrow lane to distract but failed. To worsen her situation, the narrow lane she took ended up in a damn dark place. She called up the police from her phone. Police asked to stay where she was and they would reach soon. Her eyes got mist, while her blood was racing in the vein. Wiping her ears and face, her senses told her that someone was stood right behind her. Sophia was breathless. She slowly turned around. I know you saw me, the woman said. Sophia ran as fast as she could. Of course, the woman followed. Sophia did not know where she was running. She ended up in an abandoned building. Anybody there? Help me! She cried out, but did not wait for response and flitted away. She was now climbing up the stairs. She found a door open and got into it. No sooner did she try to bolt the door, a heavy blow hit the door and she fell on the floor. The woman held a dagger. Sophia skirted her strikes. She was praying that somebody would come. But how long she would avoid it? Sophia held the woman's hand with dagger and tried to jerk it. The woman resisted. Sophia curled leg around hers and they both fell on the floor. The woman pulled her hair and grunted through her teeth. Sophia anguished and bit her ear like a shark. The woman left a sharp squeal. Sophia pulled out her ear with her teeth. She could now taste her salty blood. The woman lost her grip over the dagger. Sophia caught it and stabbed it in her eye. A stream of blood squirted out. Sophia could feel the warmth. She pulled out the dagger so fast that the pieces of the eye came out. She then stabbed her gut over and over again until there was no movement from her. Sophia was breathing hard. There was blood all over her body. She stood up with an utter shock. However, another moment was waiting for her to ambush. She noticed that a woman in the next apartment was watching her through a window. The woman at the window could not believe what she had witnessed. She was appalled by the murder her eyes saw. She could not blink for a second. However, she noticed something strange with the murderer. Why is she wiggling her fingers? The woman was baffled looking at Sophia. Sophia was counting the floors of the next apartment where the woman lived, so she could end the story.